Hello, hello, hello! Welcome and well met! Welcome to the stream. Today we're going to be doing a stream on words are hard. Today's stream I'm going to be working in Live2D and not working on, that makes it sound like I'm programming or something. That's not the image I want. No, I'm going to be working on a model. A mermaid model, in fact. Just in time for Mermaid. I did not plan that. I didn't think I'd get to the 1st of May. Already we're ready to go with Mermaid. Did not expect that. I was expecting to do this one a little further in, but hey, I got it done in time for the 1st of May. Good job, May. Anyway, quickly wanted, okay, yeah. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I have a calendar pulled up. The reason why I have a calendar pulled up is because my 6-month in day is July 14th, Pacific time. It's probably going to be the 15th for some other area, like if you're in Australia and I think like half of Europe. It's going to be sometime on the 15th. But yeah, for Pacific time, July 14th. It's my 6th month, and I've been planning on that. Going to be a bigger deal than I thought it was going to be, because I had plans for 1 year, but I think I'm going to move them to 6 months, because, reasons. Reasons that I'll stick with myself. But okay, announcements out of the way. I'll probably say them again at the end, just in case, you know, for anyone who's here, not in the beginning and at the end, and convenience sake, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, drawing. Going to draw. Yay. And yes, I'm in light mode. Get your eyes blinded. I never really bother. It's just like whatever the default setting is, that's what I usually end up working with. It's usually the lights. I don't care. I really don't. Alright. I wonder if I can get it so I can see chat. Grab this. Yeah, that pulls out chat. I can get over here, and I can kind of see what shows on the stream, and I can still work on things. Okay, cool. All right. You see down. Okay, wait. Let's show my cursor, right? I did set it to show my cursor. Let me zoom in. Okay, yeah, you can see my cursor. I had to zoom in because I can't see. I cannot see. All right, when I'm actually in the program, it will show my cursor. Good. I was a little worried about that. Let me make chat bigger so read what people are saying if they chat. Alright. So down here in, what is this? The lower left corner has a list of things. This is all the parts, which is also listed up here, but I'm not going to collapse that. Okay, so first thing I do is I select it. Well, first thing I do is select everything, and then I hit, okay, let me deselect that, but I'd have it all still selected. I'd hit this auto. Yeah, I'll wait to show. But it'll pull up a menu and it'll say, do you want to do standard or whatever? It's auto-generated mesh, which is, you can see all these little lines at the mesh, the little green lines. I did not draw that. As you can see, it disappears, so they don't go over. And then you generate a texture atlas. I've already done that. I'm not here to do a tutorial. So much as this is what I'm doing today. So I finally did this. I've been wanting to do this for a bit, but I kept not doing it because I didn't have any models ready. So, you know, I should have taken my book out. I have a book. Yeah. Weird Face Club. That's the wrong thing. Alright. Weird Face Club. Anyway, alright. What I have here, not that you can see, is a book full of notes I made myself because whenever I keep forgetting to do how to do something, I leave a note for myself. I should make a note for myself how to do the head rigging because I'm gonna have to pull up Jacaranda. Yeah, Jacaranda. Yeah, Jacaranda. I'm like, did I miss a syllable? No, I don't think I did. Okay, I'm gonna have to pull up Jacaranda to if I get that far. First off, I'm gonna select all of this again, which is basically click the top thing, hold down shift, click the bottom thing. Boom. You have selected all the things. And then this is the deformer, and okay, it's not gonna show up the menu, okay. Some menus it shows up in here. Some menus it does not. I have no idea what, like it won't show the, okay, let me exit out of that. Watch. It shows the file menu in all these top menus. If I open up the physics menu, it won't show the physics menu. Apparently it also does not show the deformer menu. That's slightly annoying. It shows half the menus and other menus it doesn't. Okay, sorry you're not able to see anything. I will quickly go through this. So what I want to do is, unfortunately can't see what I'm doing, but it's pulled up a menu. There's something called destination part, and I changed that to root parts because we're making the root parts. First I do body X, and because I have the paid version of Live2D, I can say continuous creation, which I'm going to do. Still being a root part. Next is breath. I don't think I usually do this, but what was her name? I always call her well, she's like an elf lady with a snake. It's Yoshino, I think. Not safe for work necessarily. She's very, very revealing clothing. So, not the worst, but it's definitely like your boss is probably not gonna be happy with you if you watch her videos. What is it? Oh, there's another one, but I don't remember her name. And she's gone over the same things, but she's definitely won't get you in trouble if somebody peeks over your shoulder. Okay, created all this. Okay, you can see it then. Hello, Frug! Okay, so you can see this. First one I made is here. So if you use continuous... Oh, I saw the music on here? Oh, so I do. Oh, okay, I didn't turn that down. Oh, you know what? I turned off the sound on my headphones because I get tired of hearing that song. I forgot to turn it down. My bad. Okay, it should be really quiet. Sorry about that. I forgot to turn my headphones back on, essentially. Again, I get tired of listening to the song. I need to get different songs on here. But I have to go poking around. I think I'll do that soon. I need to anyway for other reasons, but okay. Hopefully the music's fine now. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Head rotation is in breath. I'm just reading my notes. Like, what am I doing? Alright. Before I do any of that, this is gonna be all the head bits. Down to here. No, I'm gonna want the ear, left arm, no. Let's see, yeah. Layer 1, I forgot to name it. These are all the names I gave on my Clip Studio, which, if you use Clip Studio, you have to save it as a photo document. I don't know if big photo document or Photoshop document. Sorry, I said photo. I shouldn't shorten it. Photoshop document. Yeah, you have to save it like that. If you're in Photoshop, you don't have to tell your, you don't have to tell the program to save it indifferently. It just automatically saves in the right file. So yeah, this is a Photoshop document. Okay, did I get everything? Right arm. Those are all on the body. Yes. Yes, okay. Okay, what I do... Yeah, I have... Yeah, head rotation. So I'm just organizing this. I have head... Wait. Oh, that's the hair. Okay. I'm like, wait, what is this thing down here I'm selecting? I'm like, okay, nope, never mind. I want to select that. It's part of the head. Okay, so head deformer. Not that I don't think I'm spelling that correctly. I'm just organizing the parts at this moment. And I just put this all in body, and then I break it down. Okay, that's fine. warp deformer, head deformer. Okay. Now, I think what I want to do... Yeah. Actually, no. I want to get this away, I think. No. You know what? I need Jacaranda. I need a reference. Okay, where is she? She's here. Yeah, it doesn't show my file. It'll pull up file menu, actually, but it will not show what I'm clicking otherwise, which is... Hello, Jacaranda. All my stuff here. Where is her? How did I do the head? Oh, wait. You know what? I can click this. Yay! And it immediately... Okay, yeah, see these little lines on the side here? That shows what it's under, which is kind of important. It goes all the way up. Okay. If I do that... Okay, so it is under breath. Did. His body's on another thing. Head is under breath. I know it looks like it's under body, but that's not... They're both under the breath thing here. Because if I close it, all that disappears. So, that's an easy way of telling. Alright. So I did do that last time. Alright. You double click that and everything pulls up. It pulls up everything. Which is useful, because otherwise you have to manually click everything. Which is kind of annoying when you have a lot of folders and you just want everything to be shown. Definitely easy. I've seen some people who are like teaching me and they don't do that even though they pull up everything like that would do, and I'm like, you want to do that? Pro tip, I guess. Okay, yeah. I don't want the head deformer, actually. I want this to go there. I think I want to grab all of this, and I want to put it under breath. Does that work? Yeah, that did. Okay, and yeah, there's the body right there. Float collapsed it. Alright, now I want to take all of this, and I think I want to grab this tool. Oh yeah, and the drawing's a little wonky because I haven't clipped anything yet. So, things are bleeding over. That's why she has like a mark near her mouth. Okay, do I want that there? Okay, click this. Oh, there's that tilt. Okay, no. That's, Oop, not that one. I always forget which combination of keys it is. Is it Alt? No, it's not Alt. I am selected on this. Oh. I need to say head. Head. Rotation. Also, hi, Frug. I just realized I didn't say hi because I saw your comment and just went, oh wait, the music's too loud. Okay. Is it click before? No. Is it click, hold? No. Oh, what was the combination? Oh, okay. It's click, hold down, or critical. Is it click? Nope, that moves it. Okay, so it's hold down crit. Okay, yeah, that does. Okay. It's control, hold down control, and then click it, and it goes there. That's probably better. I should probably get this. What is that? Next shade. I need to grab this ID copy. I think control copy in this also only works if you have the bot Live2D, and yeah, that's out of the way now. Okay. Yeah, her whole head moves. Everything moves. Alright. Put that back to how it was by doing undo. Yeah, let's work on the irises. Okay. And all that. It should do the clipping. Wait, do I want to do that? No, I don't want to do clipping yet. Okay, that can be clipped, that's fine. But the other parts I don't want to quite yet, because what I need to do is now that I got my basic layers in, I tend to... Oh yeah, that's like how it was before. Okay, so this should work. Yeah, okay, put my notey bookie to the side. Alrighty. So now what I do is I go in and fix up the meshes by hitting this. Because I'm a weird person, apparently, and... Whoop, whoop, whoop. I need to go back. So hold B. Yeah, hold B and then move. Click. So I can adjust the size of that, because I don't need it to be gigantic. And then now I do all the meshes, which I know is not the most entertaining thing, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done before I do all the parameters and fun things. Okay. I need to make sure I hit the dot, because whatever red dot is there that's what the dot I put down is connected to. I should have just probably put these all down, and then I can adjust it after. That would be smart. Probably a better allocation of my time. If I'm doing it mirrored, because here, let me go. There's this mirror edit option, which puts a line down the center of the drawing, which I don't even know where that is right now. Yeah, there it is. Though this drawing is not mirrored, because I wanted to try doing a model where it was not symmetrical. Which is my first time, so that's one of the things different about this model from my other models. Also that I want to see if I can transition her tail and legs rather than just abruptly transitioning, even if it's still fairly abrupt. I don't want to just be like, and it's on, and it's off. You know, I want to try doing a little bit of a transition. Like, you might see... I don't know how I would do that, honestly. Because I guess the legs would stretch out. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, how would I do this? I may not have thought of it through as much as I should. Okay, for meshes, what you want to do to have the best results for your meshes is to have it so it's very light blue. Let me zoom in around here. These little blue lines, you want those to be as... I don't remember the word for type of triangle, but it's the type of triangle that has equal measurements on all of its sides. You want to be as close as you can get to that. Auto-connect just connects all the lines automatically, which is useful, because otherwise you have to do that manually. That's, it takes a while, not the best use of time. But yeah, that's how you more or less do... What is her name? Himiko? It's something like Himiko. I don't think that's quite it. But she's a Japanese Live2D rigger, and she does tutorials more for not beginners, but people who want to polish up their skills to be more refined. So, I have so many miscellaneous things. I should probably put in some... What am I doing? I don't need them to match up on the other side. I'm doing an inside layer. Oh, I should mention why I'm doing this outside and then inside. It's to... When I deform the object, it'll deform better. Like, the edges won't get too wonky. I might actually want this to be more complicated, possibly. Let me zoom out. Okay, let's test. Is this... Yeah, it's this one. So I can go... Oop. Nope, that's select. Oh wait, it's that one. Yeah, that squishes. Let me move this up. How does it look? So it's gonna look pixely because I'm zoomed so far in. But yeah, the shape holds well enough. It's just pixelated because, well, that's just how the artwork is. I don't have it super smooth like some people do. Been working on that, but because I know people tend to zoom in. But I also don't know if I'm like, does it say pixelated outside of Live2D or not? I don't know. I haven't really tried. It also kind of depends on what you do in your face tracking. What do I want? Oh goodness. I want this. Okay. What am I trying to find? Even I don't know, and I just blank out. I'm a little sleepy today. A little out of it today. Got a lot going on. And some things didn't go well, so now I'm stressed. It's okay, I can fix it. I already got plans to fix it. Just a little frustrating. It didn't go smoothly. So I'm trying to open up. I'm trying to get it so I can do commissions. Hopefully for... Maybe I should do rigging. I don't know whether I should do the models or... rigging. Rigging might be safer. Just because I'm better at it, to be honest. Even though I'm not an expert rigger. Oh my gosh, there's definitely people who are way, 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 way better than me. Aw, thanks, Frug. I saw your comment a bit ago, but finishing my thought. Yeah, so... trying to get commissions open, because then if I can get commissions open, then I can get going on... Well, if I can get a couple of commissions my way, I can open up a store, hopefully, so I can sell prints. But I want to see if I can do commissions for... I don't know whether I should open up the store, though, first. Like, well, no, commission's just easier to open. I'll have that, but I might... I don't know whether I should wait or do the store, to be honest. I'm not very business savvy. I've been looking into all sorts of things. This here. Oop. I wonder if I'm making this too detailed for what this is, but oh well. Oh, another thing about meshes, you want to have basically more of the dots if the object is going, you know, you're like going to deform it, like it's going to move around a lot. Like the eyes blink and that takes a lot of movement, even though it's a small movement to us, but yeah. Her eyes just that. There is a reason. We'll get to there soon enough, but yeah. You can leave the bigger, like arms usually don't need. You can just probably keep the auto-generated standard mesh for how, because most people don't move the arms too much. Usually just swap out the arms to other things or have PNGs in front to be other arms and stuff. But yeah, the arms and body tend not to be too rigged because honestly, you don't even need to see them. You don't see them that much. It's like you have the model reveal, but then you don't see the model, and it's sort of like we were like, I got legs on my model. I'm no longer a bust model, and I'm like, why? You never see your leg. I mean, though I'm one to talk, I did mine. Always do mine full body. But I am confused about it sometimes, but I'm like, I need the practice and I need to do it full. Wait, I'm doing this way too many. The eyelashes really need a lot. Yeah, like the dots are tighter. This is what I was meaning. The more... Basically, the more warped this base object is, or the more you have to... It's not just sliding it around, kind of, but if you actually change the shape of the object, then you want to have these tighter dots. A tighter mesh. So it won't... how to put it? It won't make the part go all wonky. So it won't get like smush or suddenly there's a jaggedness to it. You definitely want to. I'd say if you're not good at meshes, you're not very competent. Well, not competent. Confident. I meant to say confident. If you're not confident, which might be because you don't feel very competent. But anyway. You want to at least to try to hand do, I'd say the eyes and the mouth. Like at least the lips of the mouth. You do it that way. Oh. Oh, I did something wrong. Okay, let's do that. That. Oh, another thing about meshes is if you don't surround the object completely with a mesh, it will clip through. Basically, you won't be able to see part of the item, and I'll show you what I mean in a second when I'm not like partway through doing an actual mesh. Because I don't want to stop right now. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Usually I copy and paste the meshes, but this is all the same. Okay, so you see how the mesh is completely around? It's closed all around. So if I do this and go like, do really giant that, it cuts that off. So make sure you surround the objects. And no, it's not forever deleted if I make this go around where I know it is. That it's back. So be careful, because if it's really light, you may not be able to see around, and you may only notice later, and you're gonna have to adjust the mesh. So do be careful. Do be careful. This is a bottom eye line. So I want to make... Wait. Yeah, I do want to make it more complicated. I'm like, do I or don't I? I don't... This one doesn't move as nearly as much as the top one for how I do it. Which there's a few ways to do eyes and mouth and stuff. I probably don't do it a way where if you have the free version of Live2D, it's probably very well, but I'm also like keep it simple stupid kind of mentality. Because I see all these people do fancy things like, I don't understand why most people don't leave the legs as one big piece. Because I had somebody who parted out the foot, the calf, and then the upper part of the leg. So, you know, you had upper leg, lower leg, and the foot for each leg. And then they commenced to glue it all together so they can do this little lean over movement. And so I took a model and did this. I didn't keep it, mind you. But I did the same thing, and it looks slightly better just having the leg as one big piece, but I just did the meshes differently. So it would move properly, even as one big piece. So sometimes I'm like, if you're going to glue these parts together, and it's not because you have like overlapping clothes or some other things, but it's like with the leg, it's just you want to keep the leg bits together. I'm like, just draw the whole leg. Just trust me. If you're not going to do like a little walking animation, which again, I don't know why people do that, because some people just most of the time you don't even see it. But I guess with Zatsudans, you might have, you know, I can just pull this in. I don't need to make this fancy. This is the eye shine, which I'm glad I made it more opaque in this, because sometimes I make it more translucent, which you can actually adjust. Where is that? Yeah, opacity right here. So if you want parts to disappear and reappear, you can just do that. I might show more how to do that later. Well, actually, at some point, I might, because I'm going to want to do that. And yeah, the reason why I didn't do clipping, if you do clipping, like it wouldn't have, you'd only see probably just around where the eraser, I'm motioning with the middle bit. It would be like that much. That would be also the only part I would see when I'm doing the meshes. So that's why I was like, no, I don't want to clip that yet, because then I won't know where I need to clip. Yeah, so that's why. I was just like, hold on, wait, no, I don't actually want to do that. Okay, the only reason why you have to put more dots for here is because it's a round thing. Oh. I might actually want to make it more dense than I usually do because this is a side profile. So I might be squishing the irises more. And I keep the pupil one connected. Again, would say anyone who's doing Live2D, really consider, like, there are some parts where you definitely want to glue. But there might be, even if you're like, oh yeah, I need to glue this part because of how I'm going to do that, just keeping it one big piece isn't going to work. And I would suggest this would take some trial and error, already being kind of familiar how you move things, how the deformers and glue and stuff like that works. But yeah, sometimes you don't really need to glue it. You can just, if you're like barely even moving this, but you want to keep it one thing, like consider just keeping it one part from the get-go, because you might just be giving yourself more work by gluing it together. Just saying. I know if you got the, like if you had an artist draw it out for you, it might be a different story because you don't want them to like go back and do everything. It might cost more or whatever. There are some other reasons, but if you're drawing and rigging your own stuff, definitely after doing a few models, consider how glue versus just leaving it one big piece does, because you might be saving yourself some time. And okay, I'm not doing this very well. Okay, I'm just going to do my own thing here. I'm not gonna try to put every dot for every inside thing. It's just, that's going to not work very well. Yeah. I meant to do this earlier, but wait. Do I have in my Live2D book? I think I made a list of people I used. Did I? I don't have very many notes in here. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, Yoshino Art, Hiro Omori, who's a... Wait, is the Vtuber part of their name? It might be part of their name, I don't know. Kapako channel. There's Ray Lice, Cutie Dragon, Moni. I think that's either backslash or / I think it's backslash. Yeah, Vtuber. But yeah, those are the kind of people I've been using. Oh, do I have a story for the mermaid? Not really. I haven't. It's not an original character. Do I even have an original character mermaid? I don't know if I do. Have I ever done a mermaid character? Oh wait, I have! Chimera! He's technically a mermaid, but he can shift into mermaid. I'm going to copy paste mesh, which... Wait, do I have to do it this menu? No, it's... Control-C. If you do Control-Shift-C, you copy, I think, the whole object, and mesh included. So Control-C, and then I want to erase this, and then Control-V. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay, so this is a little bigger. Can I enlarge it? Yes, I can. Wait. I hold down Shift. Okay, yeah, it keeps the form. Good, good, good. Did make it a little bigger. Okay. Yay. And that is how you do that. That's what I do more often, but again, the angle's different. Oh, this is gonna be difficult to see. Yeah. Yeah. I got head boobs by my twin, and now she's giggling at herself. She's a little hellion. Sephoria, you're a hellion. And she's evil laughing, evil giggling. She's doing her best evil chuckle. My twin. I don't think she expected me to make a sound. But yeah, I don't usually come up with stories for me. Yeah, because let's see. First model was Lysina. I did have a story for her. Then there was just the haunted painting, which I didn't have. I was just testing it out. A lot of times I don't come up with a character background. It's kind of weird for me, to be honest. Okay, and here. Huh. I mean, she's a mermaid. She definitely can have legs and stuff. Because she has legs right now. I have her tail hidden. It is not seen, which, you know, I can show after I finish with the... What is it called? Sclera? Sometimes I want to say Sclara. I don't know if it's Scalara or Sclera. To be honest, I'm like... I am not good at naming this part. I am sorry. But it's otherwise known as the whites of the eye. Which doesn't make any sense to me as an Urian, because Urians don't have whites in their eye. I know if you're having a moment... Wait, but you do. They're right there. They're actually... My sclera are actually a really light green. Which may or not be... Well, I guess you can look at my horns. My horns are kind of a gray, off-white color. But yeah, you can see... Actually... Big white eyes. But yeah, I got mint. I got mint sclera. I do not... Okay, wait. I said I would do the tail. So yeah, she's got leggies. Oh, wait. Ew, body's above, right? It's not below. Okay. Do this. Make life easier. Yeah, so... These are the dots right here. They look like little eyes. That lets you see things. Yeah, see? She's got her tail. It looks funny. Here. No legs! Oh no! And then tail. Which is actually over the legs. They barely peek out. You can see it peek out right there. I think that's from the right leg. Yeah. It's from the right leg. And I can grab this and make it cake. You can see how the legs fit in there. That's why the tail is so beefy, because I was thinking, I'm like, it might be easier for me. Oh yeah, and then I have sparkles. Because I want to do a shimmery effect. That is also what this is for. But we'll see if I get around to that in this stream. I don't know if I will. Okay, just go away. Back to doing this. Okay, where was I? But yeah, the legs are all the one piece. Because I was like, I wasn't going to move them very much, so I'm like... Their whole leg would kind of move, or barely move, but I'm like, I could get away with just having it one piece. I'm like, I'm not gonna move the legs very much. Okay, where was I? Okay, I just did this. So I'm right here. Alright, back to this. Yeah, I'm so glad I figured out how to do the head tilt, which is with the head rotation rigging, because I can't actually tilt my head. I know it kind of looks it. But yeah, I've just used a deformer, so... I guess I could say that's what my 6th year is. I'm going to, hopefully, given that I have all of May, all of June, which... I say hopefully because it's going to get hot, and I don't know how that's gonna that's... I don't know. Oh, I absolutely know it's gonna how it's gonna affect my work performance. It's gonna tank my work performance because I'm gonna be way too hot. I hate the heat. I really do. I have nearly passed out twice because I got overheated. I don't think I've ever fully passed out, to my knowledge, but I've nearly have so twice, and I really don't want to do it a 3rd time, so whenever it gets warm out, I'm an unhappy little Udrian. I am so unhappy. I hate the heat so darn much. I do not like summer anymore. To be honest, I was kind of indifferent to summer and winter. I was just like, yeah, the temperature kind of gets more extreme, so I don't particularly like it, but it's whatever. But now I'm like, nope, I legitimately hate summer. It's way too hot. And it's been getting hotter. Last... I actually had it. So where I lived, there was literally only, like, I'd say a week of fall weather because the summer weather took up almost all of fall, and it sucked so much, and I'm terrified that will happen again. Not going to lie, but yeah, I absolutely hate the heat. Really, really do. which is kind of funny, given that I'm drawing a mermaid. And she's definitely probably from a warmer climate. And I'm just like, no. I would hate living where you live. I like my mild weather, which is like in the 60s Fahrenheit. Let me check. What is it? Celsius. Here's my converter. Quickly convert. Length, temperature, yeah, 60. Okay, so that's 15 point continuous amounts of infinite fives. Yeah, 15 point infinite fives Celsius at 60 degrees Fahrenheit. What is 70 Fahrenheit? Okay, that's 21 point continuous ones at 70. So yeah, it's 15.5 continuous to 21.1 continuous. That is that for centigrade. So I acknowledge most. Actually, yeah, most English speakers, I'd imagine. Because yeah, it'd be. I actually don't know. Because given how big the US is, I don't know if more English speakers use, what is it called? 'Cause I know the metric system is what most people use in general, but I just don't know if it's what most people use if they're English speakers, because there's so many people in the US. But like in Canada, I know they use metric. Honestly, I wish we use metric here, but to change all the signs and stuff, it costs so much that nobody wants to do that. Because think about it, you have to change every single speed sign. You'd have to change all the packaging, would need updating for so many objects. So I'm like, I don't think the US is going to go to metric anytime soon, to be honest. That's just way too much money, and I can tell you one thing about the US is, money pretty much triumphs nearly everything else. Which even then, it's like, oh, but this group decided to do this, which makes it safer to work here. I'm like, yeah, because it was getting to be a liability, which costs them money, so even then it comes back to money, and I'm like, yay, capitalism. I don't like. Not extreme, at least. From my perspective, it kind of sounds like a mix of, oh, I don't even know what I would call them. You know, like capitalist, socialist, and all that, whatever. I can't think of what to call them. Sounds like a mix would be better. Because, like, I know as far as cost to benefit, socialist medicine is good, but pretty much if it gets anything out of medicine, it's absolutely terrible. Some people can definitely go like, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. It works for health, and about nothing else really. It causes problems. But I don't know about what the best marketing is, because I know people have been saying this, that, or the other thing, but I'm like, that's not even how it works. I've taken some basic business classes, and I know that's not how it... Sure, great, in theory, but... yeah, we can have as many theories as we want. Doesn't mean they work in reality. And anyway, that's a complicated mess of things, and... my opinion is people would do better with a mix, I think. That's all. Because if one thing I learned in my meandering throughout life, I swear I can speak, is that a surprising number of things are, if you go to extreme, like, too little extremes, like it's too small of an amount, or too much of a thing, or really big amount, so it's too much. It's bad. If you have too little, it's also bad. You want to kind of go in the middle. And it's amazing how much that applies to. It's also kind of funny because that is called the Goldilocks. Goldilocks, is it theory? But yeah, it's known as the Goldilocks, like, method. Something like that. So not too hot, not too cold. But yeah. Worldly stuff is complicated, not fun. But anyway, I probably shouldn't dwell on too much. I probably shouldn't have brought it up anyway, but I have little filter today. I did mention I was tired. A lot of the head empty, no filter. Thoughts go from brain to mouth. Whoops. Nothing too bad though. Hopefully that didn't ruffle any feathers too much, but back to Live2D. Almost getting done with the eyes here. Trucking along. Okay. Space these out better. Okay, that looks okay. Zoom in a bit, because otherwise I'll try to auto-connect to the lines, and I'm like, don't! Like, don't do that! And even though I'm smiling, it's still kind of annoying. I smile when I'm annoyed. I don't think I've ever mentioned that. It's like, just because I'm smiling doesn't mean I'm happy. It could be that I'm actually quite annoyed and I want to smack you. Who knows? Am I smiling because I'm happy and I'm like, oh yeah, good job, friend? Or I'm smiling because I'm like, you're an idiot, friend, and I'm holding back smacking you. Who knows? It depends on the situation. Not literally smack it, to be clear, anyway. I would not... Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about how dumb my friend would have to be for me to actually want to smack them. Any more than like a playful little pat. Just like, shouldn't even hurt at all. Like, I probably pet my pets harder. Mostly because a couple of the pets that I live with, like firm pets. They're like, oh yes. Also, my animals, all the animals I live with are doing well. Don't you worry. They're doing fine. At least as far as I know, unless they decide to get in trouble midstream, and I don't know yet. I feel like side-eyeing them all. Just like a little goober, little goofy pets. The gooby, 3 cats and a pupper. Little tiny doggo. Working on the sclera. I'm making it more dots than I usually do, because I might be needing to move it around more this time, because the face is at an angle. Face is at an angle. Mesh is not too exciting, but I figured I'd show it because I know a lot of people aren't confident in their meshes. So I thought maybe some people would appreciate me going through the mesh. I will try to hurry. Mostly because I also need to get faster at this if I'm going to offer it as a service. Get more done, get more muns. I can do more things. Like, get more games for you guys. Which I finally got Tears of the Kingdom pre-order. That finally happened. And I think I will go for the method of I'll play it on stream, but also if I have time to play it off stream, then I will do so, but I will try to keep... If I can kind of tell if I go and do whatever it is that something interesting is going to happen, that I'll save it for the stream, but I think I'll save running around, which I absolutely can do. Heck, I know for a fact that I spent like 20 minutes sitting on top of a mountain in Breath of the Wild and just was enjoying the scenery and watching the day pass. It was up on one of the mountains around Kakariko because monsters don't spawn on those. Except for skeletons. Those definitely popped up and annoyed the heck out of me. I remember that. That's why it was only like 20 minutes, because then it was just like, I don't want more skeletons to pop up, and so I ran off. Yeah, Link's house is also, well, the house you can get for Link, which ends up being Link's house. Yeah, I want to do this. Nosy. It's also got pretty good views, and skeletons won't bother you. And also on top of the towers. I don't usually go to the top of the towers, though. But I just realized you can go on top of the towers and get some nice scenery and just kind of enjoy some peace and quiet. Which is also kind of why I'm glad the game doesn't have constant music. As nice as it is, it's also kind of nice not having... You won't get, like, tired of a song track. Then you can just be quiet. Not every game allows you to turn off the music. Though I think... I wonder if... I don't even know Breath of the Wild has controls like that. Okay, the lips are going to be a little more complicated. Okay, yeah, I want to make sure there's a dot in the in-between. Which, fun fact, this lip shape is called a Cupid's bow. It's when it has, like, a little V almost all the way down, which is my kind of lip. And I keep doing that because it's a very popular lip type to do. It's also helpful that I have always on hand a reference, because I just need a mirror. And I can just, like, how does my lip do? So not gonna lie, I do it in part a lot, and it's also a lot of the lip emojis and just like kissy marks and stuff have this kind of more bowed lip. Though I think there's bowed, which doesn't go as far down as a Cupid's bow. I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm not good with that kind of naming of different types of lips. I've never really cared much for beauty standards. Which is funny, because I probably know more about... Let's see, it's 1890 to the 1910s kind of beauty standards. Well, maybe not beauty standards, more of fashion. Like what kind of clothes they would wear. Which, oh, speaking of, I did finally get around to finishing... just before the stream, all the period pieces, because I have been quite busy, and I was gonna work on something else, and I kind of stared at it and went, no, I should get these done, because then I can also offer them, probably not as too expensive prints, because I didn't spend too long on them, but I can offer them as, like, little prints. I don't think they're good enough posters. Yeah, eventually. But eventually might be a few months off. But, oh, if you're meaning just the picture, then yes, I will be putting that up. I'll probably... The reason why I didn't do that before stream is because I wanted to... what word to use? Like, hash together a little preview kind of image that has all three design, like a little... What is it called? I should know what it's called. A little peek. It's just like a little sliver of the drawing. Oh, what do they call them? They usually use this term when they're referring to, like, architecture or, like, geography. But it also works for the drawing in this case, and I cannot for the life of me remember which word they use. Ah. Oh well. But yeah, I'm gonna do a little slice for each so you can see all three together and then have the full images. They'll be up on Pixiv. I'll probably put an announcement on, should probably put an announcement all on Twitter, YouTube, and Tumblr. I really need to use all three of those. Especially since Twitter, with space rocket man making a bunch of dumb decisions. Hey, you're playing with fire, mister, because I don't think the oil people like you messing with their website very much. But hey, you want to poke the tigers? You poke the tigers. I'm staying well and far out of it. Thank you very much. I just wanted to use the site because everyone's like, no, you have to get a Twitter if you're a VTuber, because that's where all the hullabaloo is. And I'm like, okay. It's the only reason why I got one. And then all this stuff started to happen, and I'm like, gosh, dang it. But you know what? Ew. I might have to... I did the thing wrong. I should have put the color of the lip all the way up, because if I move it around, it'll show that little bit, even though it's really hard to see. Ah. What do I want to do? If I do the mesh really tight, I wouldn't have to, but... Okay. Yes. Yeah, because if I grab this out, you can kind of see it has that bit there, and I should not have done that. That was dumb. Okay. I know there's a way to fix things in Live2D, but I've been told once, and then I completely forgot how to do it. Which isn't very helpful. That's colors, modeling. Yeah, does it show this? Yeah, it does show this. Okay. Da-da-da. Oh, it even shows those. Okay. I forgot to check that. You at least see what I'm looking at. No, I'll just have to go back in Clip Studio and fix it. I hated this. I hate going back. Well, no, I don't hate, but it's really annoying for me to go back and forth. I was like, oh, I have to go in Clip Studio again because I didn't oopsies. And then I have to go export it all the way out. It gets kind of annoying after a while, especially when you do it 5 times in a row. I always have to do it right away, or else I know I will forget. And then I'll get a completed model and something will look jank because I didn't draw or correct something. And I'm just like, ah. And it'll be even more annoying if I get it all the way into, but what is it? YouTube Studio? Yeah, VTube Studio, that's the name. I keep messing up on the name of VTube Studio. At least for a while there I did. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have gone back and forth. Do not feel bad if you have to go back and forth, fix things. If you're doing all this yourself, that is. It's more complicated if you have an artist. But yeah, artists, make sure the lip goes all the way up. I know people also make the actual lipsticks separate bits, but in my opinion, that seems unnecessarily complicated. At least, I can't speak if you're using VBridger though, which is a facial tracking add-on, I think, to Vtube Studio. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked too much into it because I didn't want to add any more than I already have. Basically than the vanilla. Because I'm on a laptop and I don't want my laptop to try to murder itself every time I boot everything up. It's already having... It's managing with what I have right now. If I add any more, I'm afraid it will stop. It'll get out of managing and start having a tough time. So, yeah. That is why my facial tracking is not as good as it could be. But that's okay. Yeah. You definitely don't... And I'm mentioning this because I saw a post about it recently. But some people are like, why is my model not made good? It doesn't move correctly. And I'm like, hun? The model is fine. What you need to do is set the parameters of your face tracking program. You need to adjust them, because that's what I do for every single one of my models, and sometimes when the lighting's different, I need to go back and reset everything. Because the lighting was different, and it's why I have a ring light on my face. It's so the lighting stays consistent, because then I just sort of... I'm still in the hallway, by the way. I haven't mentioned that in a really long time, but I'm still in the hallway. I'm still official Vtuber because I stream in a weird space. I don't think many people stream in hallways, though. Most people stream out of a closet. But yeah, like, I still feel like an official Vtuber. I'm streaming in a hallway. But yeah, I just ended up closing all the doors around me. Which, I wonder if I can hit one with the one behind me. Yep, I can. I don't know if that picked up or not. It is behind me. The mic could actually pick it up. Yeah, there's a door behind me. I've actually got 4 doors around me. I need to make sure they're also... I can't fully shut any of them, because if I do... my cats take it as a personal offense that I close the door. And I'm like, you don't even want to hang out in the room. You literally peek your head in, and you're like, yeah, the room's still a room. And then you leave. And then they'll go lie down and curl up and sleep somewhere else. And I'm like, I'm not leaving the door closed forever. It's just while I'm streaming, cat. But no, they have to have the doors open. Or cracked. 24/7, or else you'll get scritch, 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 scritch. Meow! They're like, humans, do you know the door is closed? The door has been closed for a while, and we're like, yes, we do, please stop. I also say humans, but I'm an Urion. I do live with humans, though. So it's more like, people, do you know the door is closed? And we're like, yes, small furry creature, please stop. Okay, how do I want to do this? Maybe like this? Oh wait, I connected that. Maybe I shouldn't connect that. Go more... Nyam, nyam, nyam. I don't know why I'm... Okay, whatever. That's a thing. That happened. No, I won't mention what it is in more detail. What else to talk about? Oh, hey, it's already been an hour. I didn't realize... Okay. Time flies. Huh. I did more than I thought I would in an hour. It does take me a bit to do meshes. Okay, I think I want to split it up here. Go like this. Then connect there, and then I think that will work. I can change it later. Okay, top teeth. Make all the meshes more complicated, but for the teeth, I make them less complicated. A thing I do, which I know not everyone does, depending on art style kind of choices, is I don't move the top teeth. Like, when I'm doing rigging and moving the mouth around, I'm like, if I have to move the top teeth, it's just because I put it in a bad spot. And I'm just moving it on the model so it ends up in a better spot that's easier to rig around. But I don't move the top teeth. Because your top teeth do not move. You only have one... Uriana and humans have something in common, is that we only have one jaw. And that is the lower jaw. So your lower teeth move around because of your jaw. Your upper teeth don't have that. So there's your little anatomy tip. If you want to look more realistic, don't move the top teeth in your model. Of course, if you're going for more cartoony kind of motions, more stylized kind of motions, then yeah, go ahead. Just be careful not moving around too much, because again, in reality, you might hit Uncanny Valley, just because that's not how upper teeth work in real life. So there you go. Did I clearly state that? Yeah, I did. I did clearly state I was going to post the pictures. I will post the pictures after the stream of the time period. Oh, the historically inspired dessert dresses. I will be posting those. Got that on my plate today. Okay, I need a stretch. Stretch, everyone, stretch. Stretch break. Yeah. Reach for the sky. I always stretch, I'll have my arms go all the way up, and then I put them down to my side and sort of tilt back and forth like an airplane. Oh, that's so silly. Also, get some water. Yep. Maybe I should tell people get snacks and drinks in the beginning of stream. It's like, remember to feed and water yourself. Hydrate before you dihydrate. Get the calories you need. Yes, even you. It's like, yeah, I know you, person. I see you. Didn't be all skin and bones. Eat properly. Or else you're not squishy and huggable. I'm saying that teasingly, by the way. Feel obligated to say I'm kind of joking around. Please don't take that too seriously. I know there's eating disorders and stuff like what is the word? Body conscious people. Not quite what I want to say, but it'll work. So yeah, I am not at all the person to ask, even meandering for that kind of thing. Don't take my words too seriously. Don't take them seriously really at all. Preferably. Okay, on the bank. Oh, wait. Before I go move on, take the ID for this, and then we're gonna put it in the clipping ID. And now the bottom teeth will stay with the mouth bit underneath, which I'll show you what that looks like. Yeah, you can see how it's only showing when it's on this one, which is good. This, yeah, if I close, I forgot to check this in Clip Studio, but okay, that looks fine if I close it together. That'll be important later. Okay, now let's make the lip show again. Still gonna have to fix that bottom lip. Actually, here is my to-do list. My to-do sticky note. Fix the bottom lip for my mermaid hair. Guess I should leave a note for myself. I will forget if I don't leave a note. And I can put my teacup down. Mermaid. Bottom lip. That should be enough of a hint for my poor brain. I promise you, Arians do not have this much trouble remembering things. That's just a me thing. And now I'm thinking of in Fire Emblem Engage. You can one of the little kid characters looking at Ike and going, "You're huge! Wow, emblems are huge!" And Ike's just immediately, "Nope, that's not an emblem thing. That's just a me thing. I'm just big." I forget how goofy Ike can be. I've never played any of the games. I'm not very good at tactical games. So I'm glad to see Fire Emblem doing well, because I do like hearing about it. The characters and world building are interesting enough. I'm just... Tactical games aren't for me. And Fire Emblem is definitely tactical. Not the most, from my understanding. There's plenty of tactical war kind of games that go much more in depth and stuff. End up being like a... Actually... I wonder if you start going so far into that, it stops being just a tactical game and becomes a management tactical game. Fire Emblem actually might be just situated nicely into the tactical kind of genre. Some of the other ones people say is better tactical games might be more of like tactical management and management kind of game. That seems like a hazy line between the two, to be honest. Alright. Speaking of management games makes me remember that, is it a proper study? I think it was. I think somebody studied people playing management games versus people who didn't, and to see if they made better managers. And surprise, surprise, the people who had experience playing more of the high-level kind of management games were better managers because they were kind of used to it. They had that skill set already. So that's kind of interesting. There's a lot of studies around video games that are just fascinate me. Just because people are like, oh no, video games are terrible. And then it's like, oh, but in this context, with this kind of thing, it's actually helpful. Like, how to put it? I know first-person shooters definitely fall under this. It's kind of unusual if they don't. Other games, like adventure games probably would count. Just any kind of game that has like a lot going on all at once. Or you have to pay attention, like you have to pay attention to the enemies, you have to pay attention to what your teammates are doing, and so on and so forth. That actually does develop a skill. There's how many things you can keep track of all at once is actually a skill. And it definitely improves if you play certain types of video games, because they require you to pay attention and keep track of a lot of things going on all at kind of once. So that's been proven by science as well, which is, you know, again, interesting. Very interesting. People keep saying video games are so terrible, yet you can develop so many skills from them. I suppose that's why we have... They are, in a sense, all simulators, whether based on reality or not. Think about it. So, you do exercise certain brain parts of your brain doing certain things. It's, fun little tidbit. The brain often cannot tell, well, it can tell the difference between reality and fiction, but it often doesn't process it differently. That's why people can bawl their eyes out when a fictional character dies, is because their brain doesn't care. The brain doesn't care if that character is not real. It's real enough. Your brain will process it in the same way. So that's kind of interesting and kind of explains why I'm like... that's why people always get emotional and maybe even get more attached. Oh, hello, Grandma Iris. Hello. Yeah. The neurology as a field, there's a lot of interesting things. You know, thinking on it now, I don't know if I've looked up anything about drawing all that much. I mean, I have heard that artists tend to be more spatially aware. Tend to notice more detailed things, I suppose? Oh, you know, art-related thing. Colors. Having different names for colors to mean a specific color, if you keep consistently using terms and stuff, like this particular shade of blue you always call turquoise, and you differentiate it from like maybe a similar kind of blue and you call it something else. Like this is turquoise, but this is a dark turquoise. Just by doing that, it will train your brain to like pick out the differences better. So that's interesting. That's actually kind of how the colorblind glasses kind of works off of that. Because some people say their color blindness isn't quite as bad after using the glasses, which I don't think I've shown the full Mermaid. How do you know that, Grandma? Grandma Iris. I've just been doing the hair. Oh, right. I did put her in the thumbnail. I forgot about that. Well, silly me. Oop, no, I don't want to put a dot there. Yeah. It's interesting how colors are different. That's actually how pink works. Which is technically... I don't know how many people think about it, but pink is literally just light red. We call it pink. People consider it a separate color entirely away from red, but it's literally just light red. But since we've called it pink all this time, people just say pink. People consider it a different color, separate color, and all that. So it's just little fascinations abound all around us every day. You merely have to look. I don't know why I'm doing this much. I don't know how much I'm going to move the hair. It should probably... Though it is the side hair, so I suppose it could move around a lot. I think I just want to go basic kind of shape. Here. Yeah, down this way. Alright. I'm gonna zoom in a bit to make sure this little hole holds its shape. I'm going to do a bit around it. I need to not click on the point though, or else I'm going to connect the dots where I don't want them connected. But okay, hopefully this will help hold the shape there. Auto connect. That's that. And since we're getting away from the face now, we're going to get down into the body. We're getting pretty close to getting all the meshes done. But yeah. Okay. Close. Yeah. The body meshes I tend to not have too detailed because they don't move around too much. With complicated shapes like this, I never know what to do. I know I should probably separate the hair more, but again, I operate under the principle of keep it simple, stupid. And I will piece everything together. I don't need like 12 hair bits if I could get away with like 8. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a super fancy, high hoity-toity kind of rigger. I like my computer not dying because I dared to pull up my model, thank you. Like, not everyone needs a high model. Really, I want to spend more effort in how the face and head moves around. Because that's what everyone gets to see most of the time. Like, even though I'm not playing a game, I am doing Live2D. It's my face you see. You don't see the rest of me very much. Like, I'm sure people would entirely forget that I have a tail. You can't see it. Though I could go, hold on. Whee! There's my tail. I think that's showing, is it? Not quite. Hold on. Okay, there we go. It has tail. It's got a floof at the end. Okay. I'm back. Oh wait, I'm a bit too high up. Hey. Hey. Now I can see the chat. I've seen the thumbnail comment again, and I'm just like, oh right, I put the mermaid as a thumbnail. I'm so dumb. I already forgot. I'll just chalk it up to being tired and just move on with my life. Let's try not being too hard on myself. Let's try that. I think I need to move these dots closer. Yeah. This one again. Or else it won't connect the way I want it to. I'll try to connect ways I don't want it to, even though it's just doing as it's programmed. work with the program. Don't work against it, because you're not going to change the program's mind. Same way with video games, really. It's like, but it doesn't control this, it doesn't control that way, or it doesn't, you don't have this programmed in, even though that's how it works in reality. And I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. Oh geez, now I'm remembering this one time a person was saying this fully black and white models couldn't work that way. It had to be a flat drawing because there wasn't any shadows. And I'm sitting here going, I didn't even touch 3D stuff at this point, because I have tried. It's way too complicated for my poor brain to really grasp easily, and there's not a lot of people telling you for free how to do it, and so I'm like, I don't know if it's worth spending money to learn how to do three-dimensional things. But I did poke around at it a bit, but even before that, I'm like, no, this is a 3D model. It doesn't matter if there isn't a shadow, because you know what? You have to program in the shadow. If you don't program in a shadow in, there's not going to be a shadow. And it just makes me question a lot of things about how many people know about video game stuff. It's like, oh, but they can just do this. I'm like, there's more than one. It's like MMOs, and like polygon count for gear is really important. Like, sure, you can have a lot of polygons on your gear, but it's an MMO. The developers have to consider, there's going to be other player characters here, shockingly. And the more complex, you know, then if you want to have more complex gear, you may not have a lot of players show up. You might have to be standing practically on top of them to have other players show up. And I know people get annoyed about that too, because they're like, it breaks immersion. People keep popping in and out. And I'm like, that's why they don't make complicated gear sets in most MMOs. There's just a lot of people complaining about game mechanics without having any clue of why or the hows of why people do things. And I'm just like, please learn. Which is what I'm telling you right now. Please learn. Just about anything. I know there's some knowledge where it's like, I could have gone my whole life without knowing that. Thank you very much. But there's other times where I'm like, please learn a little bit about how the things you enjoy are made. It may not make your frustrations go entirely away, but it may lessen them, possibly to a great degree. And it may also then you're able to tell when people are like, oh, we can't do that. And you're like, yes, you can. I know enough. You absolutely can do that. You're just being lazy. Or you don't really care. But people tell the good devs from the bad devs, kind of. Or just, you know, maybe take a guess at, the devs can't do this because corporate is stupid. Which I'm sure we're all well and aware of that situation. But yes, it's been eye-opening when I've learned a bit about more of how games just, how they work. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they don't do this, or this game limits this kind of thing. Or like, if anything to do with the PlayStation. Spaghetti coding galore. I didn't know for the longest time that the PlayStation was absolutely infamous for just being an absolute pain in the tush to code. And I'm like, oh, okay, well that explains a lot why in Final Fantasy XIV the devs won't do some things, but people are like, but it's really easy, and I actually know they have to consider all this stuff. Why aren't they doing that? And then there's just somebody goes like, they coded this in PlayStation 3 era, and they're like, oh, say no more, never mind, I rescind everything I just said. And now I understand why people were like that. It's like, oh, okay. I can also see why now the devs are like going through things. Yeah, PlayStation 3 new it would just be PlayStation, yeah, the new PlayStation codes. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Actually, I haven't heard anything about PlayStation 5. I can't say that. I know the PlayStation 4 is definitely better to code. I'm assuming the PlayStation 5 is easier in coding, given, I would hope that even the corporate types would not make it difficult to code again. That they would keep that. Because I know that's why a lot of people went to... So I think PlayStation 3 came out... Yeah, that was like... GameCube, kind of Wii era. And I know there's some people just went to the Wii and GameCube because... even though it wasn't as powerful in many other aspects... But it was just so much easier to code. They could actually... I've actually heard of games that are better on the GameCube version than the PlayStation version, despite it should be able to handle better graphics and stuff. Like, they've actually had to... I think Resident Evil 4 was one of the games, which is somewhat relevant because they just had the remake out. And yeah, Resi 4 is better, like, at the old Resident Evil 4, not the remake version that just came out a bit ago. Is better on the GameCube because the PlayStation 3 was such a gosh dang nightmare. And I can tell you right now, it made me laugh so hard because you have all these people bashing this little cube box thing. And then there's a bunch of devs going, oh no, we love our little lunch box here. Because it was easier to code. And it made me, I'm just sitting here going like, yeah, maybe how many frames and graphics your game can handle isn't the end-all be-all of if it's a good game or not. Though I think convincing people of that, they're just like, you can take these ideas out of my cold, dead hands. Well, very, very particular about their frame rates at times. I think I got another comment. It's not popping up where I can read it, though. Well, I can read above me, but it's really small for my view, and I can't read it. Okay, there it goes. Coding issues affect number of developers making the game. Yeah, I was mentioning that. The Resident Evil 4 one is the one I know in particular. Because I know some people didn't have much problems, because they didn't make... You know, they weren't trying to break the bank on graphics or game controls. So, like, all these simple games... Well, maybe not simple. That's probably not the word. But, less, like, graphically intensive, less... like, there's less moving parts, but it's still a good game. Like, you know, maybe like a farm sim kind of games. You know, there's a lot more going on in any given moment in a Resident Evil game than like a farm simulation. But yeah. Yeah, I guess. I wouldn't know, actually. But huh. Do I want the ear to be... right than this? Nope. Nope, I should be fine. I should be fine. This amount of dots in my rig should be fine. Ear, like that. Okay, maybe for the fins, actually, I might want to have dots like that instead, so I can keep the pointy shape. Oh, you might have noticed what I've been doing is I've been trying to, if the dots are adjacent, is that I keep putting in the middle so it makes a triangle. But sometimes I don't. I'll put it at parallel, adjacent, whatever word you want to use. But that's because how to put it? Like the more rounded bits, if you want to keep the rounded shape in, you sometimes want to put it parallel like this. I don't know how to put it into words. Unfortunately, you're just gonna hopefully have to pick it up by watching what I'm doing. Because I honestly don't know how to put it into words. I don't think I need to put the individual fin ear shape. Give it a test. Give me that. Ooh, that moved really weird. Oh wait, it's not gonna be on the side. That looks so weird. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I'm like, that looks really weird. But it's moving well enough. That's fine. That's what I did. Okay, for the head... I don't know if I'm going to do anything special. Sony makes money on the PlayStation Store with the smaller game companies that don't have the wherewithal to do physical copy. Yeah. I do know for consoles, how many people buy games is where it's at. If console that doesn't have a lot of games on it is not a good console, regardless of the specs it may have. Yeah. I'm not surprised it slowed down money, because money is where the game sales are, not console sales. So yeah, it didn't do very good. It's like, yeah, maybe, easy for people to make games. And hey, got a lot of games on the Nintendo. So I know also for a while Xbox, people didn't make games on Xbox because they didn't have the Blu-ray disc, so they could only fit disc in. I think the most well-known example of this is the Final Fantasy XIII International release debacle, which, look into that if you don't know it. It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of history around video games. Better or worse. Which, you know what? You can people do actually use Live2D while making video games. It's mostly kind of like... I want to say Otome games, but that's not quite right. But I think it's phone games, if you ever seen characters kind of move around. Like, I think Twisted Wonderland's the only one I know that actually uses this. I don't play phone games very often, or... like, graphic novel, not graphic novel, visual novel type video games. We'll use Live2D to move the characters around a bit. So that's interesting. And again, the only one I personally know is Twisted Wonderland, which is quite fun. I really enjoy it. Well, I enjoy the story. I don't play the game itself very much. It is a phone game. It's a gacha phone game, like pretty much every other phone game nowadays, but it has Yana Taboso as the writer, character, designer. The word's designer. And yeah, if you're like, that name sounds familiar, well, you might have heard of Black Butler, because that's the mangaka, is Yana Taboso. And that's why Black Butler's on hiatus, and I know I've mentioned that like at least 2 other times at this point. Now I just need to keep mentioning how the actual Harvest Moon is the Story of Seasons game, because copyright, the frickin' publisher for Harvest Moon got changed after, what is it? Harvest Moon A New Beginning was the last Bokujo Monogatari game, which is the Japanese name, because it is a Japanese-made game. Released in the West under the Harvest Moon game, and all the other Bokujo Monogatari games have been released under the Stories of Seasons name. If anyone doesn't know that, after the Mineral Town and a New Life remake, I'm only gonna hope that you just haven't been paying attention to game news very much. But yeah, that's the thing. So if you've been playing, if you're like, wow, the Harvest Moon games really, they're not the worst thing, but they're also not good. That's why. They're not made by this, they have not been made by the same people for like, oh my gosh, has this been nearly a decade? Because I think, oh, hold on. Was Harvest Moon A New Beginning? Because that's the one where you can edit your town, I think. Did I get the name right? I should probably check that too. Let me check. When did that come out? That's what I want to check. Give me a moment here. Give me a moment here. Move the mic over. You can hear me. Okay, let's see. Harvest Moon. A new beginning. Okay, there. That correct. Yeah, it was this one. When was this? Get distracted by farm sim games. Yeah. 3DS. Oh my gosh, yeah. 2012. Is there one after this? Does it say? Yeah, Bokujo Monogatari Hajimari no Daichi. Yeah, Ranch Story. Land of Beginning. Yeah, this is Echo Village. It's almost empty. Yeah, it's going to have like Neil and stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely this. It's definitely that one. That was the last. It's been over a decade and there's still been some people who don't know that. Because I recently saw with the new Wonderful Life remake one. So there's people like the person who was reviewing that remaster? It's not remake, it's a remaster. Remakes, there's more stuff done, typically. So it's more remaster rather than remake, or it's just sort of like on that gray kind of area of being a remake and a remaster. Kind of like depends on who you ask kind of situation. But anyway, yeah, I saw somebody going, is that why I haven't been enjoying the latest Harvest Moon games? I had given up on it. I just started to play Stardew Valley because it was so much fun. They're like, I have to go pick up the Story of Seasons game now that I know this is actually the company behind it. Which is also kind of sad because a lot of people have been saying like, oh, Story of Seasons is just a ripoff of Harvest Moon. I'm like, it is Harvest Moon! It is the Bokuto Monogatari. It's the ranch story, I guess. I guess Bokuto Monogatari probably translates to ranch story. I'm like, it is the ranch story games. These are the people making the games you grew up with and loved or got as an adult and it was like, wow, this is a perfect stress reliever game. Yeah. Which, oh yeah, you know what? Harvest Moon does have mermaids in it. Connect back to what I'm doing somewhat. This looks so creepy. I bet some people are really creeped out right now. I'm so used to this, it doesn't weird me out anymore. Oh. Almost done. Got the hair, this hair bit, and then the back hair and the ear. Other ear. Thin ear. Truck along here. Yeah. Game history is wild and interesting. I look it up. Well, not look it up so much as I found people who talk about it and I listen. It's like Matt McMuscles telling what's gone wrong. Oh gosh, yeah, Did You Know Gaming? That there also. Is there one other one I still watch? I know there's the Boundary Break series. It's a series. Where am I getting the H? What's wrong? And I'll just move this down and over. That. Okay, now I'll zoom in. It's too tight. Gotta zoom. Ew, no. Yeah, Vessels. I think it's Shiez? Something like that. If you type in Boundary Break, you'll probably find them. Whatever one is sounds like Shiez or something like that. But yeah, that they literally go out of bounds in video games to see how things are, look at how cutscenes play when you move the camera away. It's mostly just moves camera and spot where it should not be, sees what happens, or see what's out there. So it's kind of interesting because the guy behind it will tell how things work and stuff to some extent. Like, he does actually know a little bit about how games work. I say a little bit, but it sounds like he's got the overall picture. The overall main ideas kind of things, like that sort. Nothing too detailed. Well, sometimes I think he does, because I think he's picked up a few things. But anyway. Yeah, video game history kind of stuff. Like those channels. They go behind the scenes, tell you how games were made. Really like Matt McMuscles' videos on his What Happened series. Because he goes both in reality and in games. So some games play fantastic. Absolute nightmare of a developing it, though, was an absolute gosh dang nightmare, and it'll end up on What Happened, because it's not, oh, what happened to make this game bad? It's what happened. Why was the development of this game so hectic? So the game can come out good. So don't freak out if you see that and it's just like, but it had this really good game. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. It's like, he's not talking about the game. He's talking about, well, he'll mention how it shows up in the game sometimes. There's definitely that kind of aspect of, oh, because it was rushed, this mechanic wasn't perfected well, and etc, etc, but yeah. I'm almost getting done with the meshes here. It's like I said earlier, it's kind of just derailed a bit, sorry. I shouldn't need to change the meshes for the body all that much because it's not moving around. So once I get out of the head things, I think the only one I want to switch the meshes is the tail. The legs, maybe. Yeah, I might switch the leg meshes too. But I think everything else should be fine. I made the arms one big mesh because honestly, I don't move the arms very much on my models. I'm still learning that. Like, how do people get their arms to be so bouncy like that? I have no idea. I need to do more. I need to do more learning. Research and learning. So that's not a right now thing. It's not a right now thing. Okay. Let's do the inside of this mesh. Probably like right here. Split it down this way. Because you want to separate pieces like this. You kind of want to put the dots around or nearby at least. I have learned. Because then it'll hold the line shape easy enough. That's why I'm doing that. Going along the swoopiness. It's just so hopefully it keeps the shape and it won't get all like crinkly and janky and stuff. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yep. Okay, and then probably just here. Keep the detail in the middle. Looking somewhat good. Okay, that's gonna be 2 dots. 2 dot method. There. My brain randomly ping pong to Ni no Kuni, Reverent Kingdom, and I'm like, Roland is a cool character. Brains work in mysterious ways. Hello, Margaret. Welcome to the stream. Came at the end again. Yeah, how much time do I'm not gonna spend too much more time. Yeah, about 15 more minutes left. Well, probably a little over. I'm probably going to look away and it's going to be like 20 minutes later. I am doing meshes, but I did this faster than I thought I would, to be honest. It usually takes me forever to do the meshes. I wonder if this ear would actually be fine, but... Oh yeah, there's so much behind this. I just copy-pasted the ear and adjusted it. So it's a lot more than I needed for this side, but I was like, I got work to do. I'm gonna take the quick way. And it's the best part. Yeah, you get to see more of it done. More of my rigging done. I just got all the head bits. I shouldn't have to do too many for the body parts. Hopefully. And maybe I can get all the meshes done. Yeah, I didn't know if I would get to actual parameters today, but I did want to show how I do my own meshes. For better or worse. Hopefully better. I've never actually really tested, you know, my meshes versus what the computer generated, to be honest. But yeah, apparently, at least for a bit, because I've seen videos where riggers that do meshes are kind of few and far between. Apparently doing meshes scares a lot of people. Apparently I am not that kind of weirdo. I just saw a video of... the reason why I actually tried Live2D is because after I watched a video talking about how to do meshes, and I was actually able to follow... Ooh, wrong button. I was actually able to follow along somewhat. Like, the person was explaining it well enough that even though I had never even pulled up the Live2D program, I didn't know where anything was. But I explained it so well, I was able to understand. And this is the Himiko, or her name's something like that. She's a Japanese lady. Oops. Connected that on accident. I just moved that down. But yeah, it gave me enough confidence to actually try Live2D. Because she explained it so well. No, I'm not the only one who's grateful for the people who... I just realized, why am I making this so... Well, I'll make the outside, I guess, a little more detailed. I'm like, I don't think I'm moving the back hair all that much. It's just gonna kind of slide back and forth. That's how it's gonna move, probably, for the most part. I'm not gonna deform it all that much. I guess that's what I should have been saying, deforming. If you deform... They're known as objects, but it's the different parts of the drawing. Or paper doll. Paper doll part of the model. Actual model part of the model. I don't know how to phrase this. I'm trying my best. But yeah, I'm not gonna move around too much, so in a deformed kind of way. I don't need to make the dots this detailed, but I guess it is round. The hair is very round, so maybe I actually would want to. Because if I don't make the dots too much, it might lose the roundness and start looking like a crinkled piece of paper. Which is not what you want your model to look like. So maybe, yeah, because it's round. Round needs more dots, and if you're gonna deform a part a lot, it needs more dots. Just be careful not to add too many dots, or else the program will start lagging. I did that one time, and it lagged so bad that I had to redo it all. I gotta be careful. I guess I'm a little more in danger of that than somebody with a desktop, but thankfully I have a gaming laptop, so it's not as bad as some others. Because I keep hearing some people talk about how they're on a laptop and their drawing programs get so laggy, and I'm like, that's because the laptop you're using is probably not meant to do much more than Microsoft Word and Excel. Yeah, if you want to do digital art, getting a low-end gaming laptop might do you some good, because it actually, gaming and drawing programs takes very similar resources on your computer or laptop or whatever. So, I actually had purchasing. I wasn't purchasing. I think something went wrong with the laptop I had. My gaming one. I think it was the first one I had. This is my second one. I kind of might need it. I don't know. Took it in, and the people at the computer place were like, please tell me you don't just like read wiki articles and type your schoolwork on this PC. And I'm like, oh no. I play Final Fantasy 14 and I use a drawing program. So yeah, don't worry. I'm not using this high end of a machine just to go look up makeup blogs or something that I could have done on just a regular any old laptop. I'm like, no, I'm playing games too. Higher end games, more than like Solitaire. Solitaire also doesn't take up much. Does not take up much computer resources. Almost done here. Almost done with the head. We're almost done with the head bits, that's for sure. So that's pretty good. I was hoping I'd get a little further, but I was also realistically, I'm probably only going to be able to get to do meshes. I didn't do them before, because again, I figured at least one stream where I'm doing meshes would be fine. I don't know if I'll, because it's not the most interesting thing, I probably won't be showing I'll do the meshes beforehand. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to work on the model tomorrow, because I might work more on it later today. Yeah, I think so. I think tomorrow I will be drawing. So I also want to work on... I almost went, oh wait, you can see that on the thumbnail. I made a thumbnail, but you guys can't see it. You will once I post it up after the video, which, oh right, I need to post up the historically inspired dessert dresses too, because I finally got around to finish those off. And hopefully I'll be finishing things lately, and I need to work on getting payment methods up so I can open up commissions, so maybe y'all can give me a commission or two. Not that you have to, I'm not gonna get mad if you don't, I mean, there's plenty of reasons why not to. Not gonna be a jerk. No, you didn't commission me? You are a bad fan. No, none of that. None of that here. So that hit a road bump and I'm not happy about it. It's partly the reason why I'm kind of tired today and low energy, if you may or may not have noticed. I don't know. But yeah, if you notice, good job. Have an internet cookie. I am in fact a little tired today. I'm getting hungry too. I guess it's a good thing the stream's almost gonna end the stream soon enough. Even though it's a few minutes off. I'm getting hungry. I'll have to eat. I'll have to make some food. I don't think... Do I have any leftovers? I don't remember right now. Well, I'll get food. I'll be fine though. Okay. That should be okay. I might though want to... make a ring right here just so it doesn't pull so much from the other sides of the model. It's not best, but I'm just... This is gonna be behind the model, but I still don't want it to pull like all the way across the way. That may not be so great. I can change it later. That should be good. Okay, so now all the head parts. Yeah, arm I shouldn't need to move. Okay, do I want the top? Okay, hold on. This one. How would this move? If I move it around. I guess that's okay. I don't think I'm gonna turn her as much as I usually do. Oh, those are the shines. Okay, I'll just leave that. I guess the decoration's fine. The rope should be fine. I think. It's not cutting them off, is it? I don't think so. It's a waistline, that should be fine. Belly. Yeah, that moves well enough. The neck shading. Don't need to worry about that. Shoulders. I might need to work on shoulders. Maybe. I'll have to see. You know what? I'm gonna see. Sparkles. Oh wait, you can't see those. Okay. The mesh is all the way around. I don't need specific mesh. I was just making sure it wasn't cutting any bits off. Okay. Sparkles. I think goes around all the sparkles. Tail. I don't need this bit. This bit, I don't think I'm gonna move too much. It's this part. Do I want to move the legs a lot? I guess I'll briefly mention how I do the leg meshes, but I don't think I'm going to do it here, because I think I'm just going to move the leg very minimally, so I don't think I need to have a fancier mesh. But just keep it simple. What I do is, I go all the way around the object, as I have been this whole time, but the inside, I'll make like a loop for the top of the leg, loop for the bottom of the leg, and then for the foot. Because that way, when you start deforming the mesh, it'll kind of be like you had it glued. It acts very much the same when you do it that way. And you want the meshes to be, the dots in the meshes to be tighter around the knee, the joints. So that's like at the knee, at the ankle. And get some water. And then it moves pretty similarly to how you have glue. So as long as you're not doing anything too crazy, you can just do that for the meshes. You don't need to use glue. Though, of course, this may not work sometimes, and since I didn't give a specific example, it may not work. It may require better explanation, but yeah, there's a very simple explanation that can at least give you a jumping off point, hopefully. Yeah, I'm quickly going to give this a more complex mesh because I think I'm going to make the end of the... Well, I want to make the end of the tail move around a lot. So. Oh, well, I can do the base of the tail. I can spread the dots out. Spread the points out. I don't need it to be super close. Just, closer I get to the actual... Oop, what did I do? Oh, I right-clicked. Oops. I hit the button on my, stylus. My tablet stylus. Pen. They don't call them styluses, they call them pens. Sometimes I call it a stylus. I usually call it a pen. But sometimes I call it a stylus. Yeah, I'll get this. Then all the mesh done. That took me 2 hours. I thought it would take me more like 4. Even with this model's more simple because it wasn't intended just for use, even though I always do the face and stuff. Mostly because that works better for a showcase, but this is more for testing out skills I haven't done rather than oh, what word do I want to use? My mind's just kind of going bleh. Like, no, I don't want to work. Yeah, it's not, I keep wanting to say high-end, but doesn't really make sense. You don't need a high-end model to be a VTuber, but I don't really need it to be something up to snuff for being a VTuber, though. I guess there's PNG VTubers, and those are very much, like, don't even have reactive sometimes. They're just darker, lighter. And they're perfectly valid VTubers, too. Anyone who says otherwise can just shoot. Don't need to be mean to each other like that. It's already hard enough. It's already hard enough. There we go. Oh, and now I need to go all the way around again. Yeah. I think that would be fine, though. Just having the outside. I don't think I really need the inside too much. It's pretty simple shapes. If it warps around a bit, it should be fine. Because it's like, it's a fin. It's flat. It's going to not be like perfectly shaded in this, that, or the other thing. So it should be fine. Yeah. Oh, like Frug asked earlier, the mermaid doesn't have a story or anything. I'm like, she's just a mermaid. She's just a mermaid. Just was thinking, what kind of things do people like mermaids? We have a whole month with mermaids and it's coming up. So yeah. Just testing things out, really. See if I can do the sparkle bit, which I did for another model, but I needed to piece that one out more, or at the very least, I don't know how I would have gotten the movements I wanted to out of it with how I had it in its pieces. So yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to show any of that off, but I did learn this little sparkle technique that I'm hopefully, well, not learned. I did. I don't remember how to do it. Maybe. I'm like, I might not. Let's see if I actually learned it or not. See if I could do it again without looking up the guide, which I don't think it was one of the people I mentioned earlier. I should edit the description to put in where I learned. So I don't know if I'll put in Yoshino. Well, I guess I should. I did learn a lot from Yoshino, but she has a very revealing model that was kind of distracting even me. And I usually don't get distracted, but I kept going like, dang, you're very revealing there, aren't you? She is covered up though, but I was definitely, oh, people are gonna have a hard time learning from her. They're gonna be way too distracted by her model. I feel a little bad because I'm like, would I be a jerk for saying maybe you want to have a different outfit for your tutorials, because I think some people might get too distracted with the one you have. I'm like, I don't know if that's an a-hole thing to do or not, so I haven't said anything. But she does, the knowledge she gives is good. I learned how to do layers and head movement, hip movement, like body movement, so many things. So she's like, she's a good teacher. It's just unfortunately there might be too much of a distraction to learn. So I'm like, oh no. But yeah, it was, I don't think I have them listed. There's another one, and she says basically this, very similar, unsurprisingly, because, you know, doing the, wow, it's a lesson about the same thing. Wow, the lesson's going to be very similar. But the model is less distracting, so it might be useful. Oh, wait, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay. Do this instead. That should be good. I want this to be jointed. Very much so. Maybe go like that. That might be good enough for the movement I want it to do. Maybe. I don't know. I've never done a tail. This is also a test for doing a fin tail like this. I have done a tail. I did my own models, so I've done my own tail. Not like this. And oh, it's past 4, which means I've been streaming for 2 hours. But yeah, oop, 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 oop. I don't want to leave the tail showing. I don't want to leave the tail showing. But I can quickly do a little test. This is not a proper test, but it does give me enough of an idea. I'm like, did I do it right? Oh, wrong tool. This tool. Just keep grabbing the wrong tool. I don't even know what that tool is, to be honest. Oh no, I have to... Okay, can't do it that way. Let's do selection. Yeah. Go like this, and then... Oh, no! Keep selected, please! Thank you! Ew, where's the middle of this? There it is. Okay. Yeah, that's going to... It's going to do that. I know that much, but if I put it over... Let me zoom way in. Oh yeah, it's not too pixelated or bumpy here. Alright. Cancel that. Just keep going back until it deselects, I guess? Okay, what are you doing? Ah, okay, I went way too far back. I think I confused the program. Meh. Are you good now? I might have to do that over again. Okay, I'm gonna just push forward again. Yeah, that's not my mesh. Ah, I went too far back. I forgot I need to give it some time to think for some of these things. Oh, great. Okay. Ah, and I don't even have a thing that tells me. Oh, I didn't have my editing layer. This will show certain things. Like, if I have an editing layer 1, you notice how the green bits went away? The green bits allow you to move around, but oh great, I'm gonna have to do that over again. How much do I have to do over again? I have to do the hair over again. Oh, I do. I went way too far back. Oh no. No, that's not my mesh either. Okay, it has the head. Okay. I'm gonna have to redo the meshes again. I cry. This is why I get hit and undo too far. Ah! I'll do that off screen. I've only showed it once. Sad day. Yeah, today wasn't gonna be a great day. I already knew that. Yeah, because that's gonna be really wonky if I don't do it. Cries. Well, dangers of going too far back. Yeah, because those are fine. But it's the last 4 meshes I did, and it's glitched out. Okay, well, I guess I'll do quickly some of these over again. Or else is this gonna bother me? No. Oh, no, I don't want to adjust it. I want to erase. Thank you. Like, I'm done adjusting, thank you. Oh, you know what? I should also save. I haven't done that yet. I'm so bad. Oop, nope. Okay, we'll go this way. We'll go around this way instead of the other way. We went the other way last time. Redo the meshes. Okay. I can go over time. But if at least don't fix some of it on screen, I'm going to be, like, really restless. I know myself. Okay, let's see if I can do this quickly, though. I know I had the thing down this way, and it went all the way up. It may not be as detailed. I did it properly the first time and didn't accidentally undo all my work because I pushed the button too many times. Bad me. It's not like in Clip Studio where I can, if it's okay if I say undo a little too much, I can redo it easily, but with Live2D here, it freaks out and it just like forgets what I've done. It's kind of annoying. But This is what I get for not working in Live2D in a while, and I forget the dangers because I will forget everything. It's one thing I'm really good at. Unfortunately. Memory of a goldfish. Memory of a goldfish. Not really. I'm actually... My problem is I have terrible recollection skill. My recollection is just awful. I actually store memories pretty darn well. It's just being able to... It's like, enter the correct code to actually get the right memory. It's like, even to me, I'm baffled sometimes. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm just trying to remember, like, this thing that I've done a lot of times before, but what do you mean you won't remember? Because I didn't use the right name that it was in my head. There's also some people I definitely know, I'll just stare at them blankly, and then they'll say, like, it's you know, it's the fruit guy, which could be a lot of things, and I'll just be, oh, the fruit guy, yeah, him, okay, what about him? Just be talking about video game characters and have a friend trying to get me to remember somebody, and I'm just absolutely clueless until they land on the dumb nickname I gave them. You know, I probably just need it detailed more there. That'd be fine. You know, I'm gonna leave that ear there. It's the hair. The hair that should be more... Actually, I can leave it more spaced on the top. It's the little bits down below. That'll be... little out bits here that need more dots. Actually, I need to zoom in a bit to make enough dots. And yeah. Yeah, silly nicknames for characters. It's what I do. I've been calling this mermaid girl Coral in my... I think I put an extra R because I'm not... Spelling is also not a strong point of mine. Yeah, I was like, that seems a little too basic, I guess. So... If you have any suggestions for names, feel free to leave them in a comment. I might take it. Or maybe. I'll probably, oh, you know, I'll leave if I like a name, I'll leave a comment saying, yeah, I'll use this. And I'll probably change it in, like, descriptions. Maybe well, maybe not the title. The title doesn't have the name. Doesn't need the name, even with the name. But I just didn't want to be like, oh, let's call her Sapphire because she's really blue, or Aquamarine because she's blue, or Coral because she's a mermaid. I'm like, yeah, let's have a little bit more of a effort put into the name. Why don't we, self? And I just haven't thought of one. You know, let's put a little effort or some cleverness, even if it's still ends up being like I named the mermaid Ocean kind of moment, but I did it in a backwards sort of way. But we'll see. If anyone wants to name a mermaid. Otherwise, she's just gonna stay the mermaid. I'm just gonna leave her Coral in my files just so it's separate, because if I make another mermaid, I don't want 2 files named Mermaid. Which is why I didn't just say Mermaid. It's like, no, I should use a placeholder name at least. Because, yeah. Naming files. You don't have to use the actual name. You can change it later. You can have placeholder names. People do it all the time. Especially with video games. And sometimes the placeholder name actually becomes the name. Like with Octopath Traveler. That was the placeholder name. They still didn't have a proper name. And they must have liked Octopath Traveler as a name enough. But they were like, we'll say it's a placeholder name even though we're doing announcement trailer and stuff. Because the actual game was pretty close to completion. Yeah. I'm gonna think about playing that one, but with me doing Breath of the Wild, and then Tears of the Kingdom's gonna be up, which again, I'll be playing that in my spare time. I will try to put as many things, you know, if I feel like something's going to happen, like if it tells me, go over to this area, I'm going to be like, I'll try to stay away, but I might stumble onto things, so I can't guarantee 100% that I won't see some cutscenes or things. But I'm like, look, I'm going to want to just run around and play it normally and just, you know, enjoy playing the game. But I also realize it'd be a good idea for me to stream a game I haven't played before, and is quite the hit. It's just, to be honest, that's just good business sense, and I am trying to do somewhat business. Just try not to be a scummy kind of business. Hopefully it's not, no one's like, oh yeah, Leona's like a corporation. They just terrible. No. I'm like, I'm gonna try that's to, you know, fair on either end. Fair to me and fair to the consumer, hopefully, is the goal, but a little small business. Hopefully I can get through the problems I've been having, so I can at least open commissions, since I don't need to worry about, like, stocking items, or if I want print to order? Print on demand. That's what it's called. Print on demand. Print to order works too, but it's not what people usually call it. It's like, yes, you're not wrong, but people tend to call it this. Anyway. Yeah, hopefully I can get through that, because I've been looking up the shops a little bit. I'm reluctant to use Etsy, because it has not been getting good reviews lately. And I'd have to do my own printing. And print-on-demand stuff seems kind of hit and miss. It's like a little iffy. There's not a lot of profit to be had as the artist putting stuff up. Which makes sense. I mean, with what they're offering on these print-on-demand, they'll do all the logistics of actually getting it printed. They help manage your store. They get people... Well, no, not necessarily marketing, per se, but you can get marketing. It is, you know, you got the name of the site, kind of gets a lot of traffic, that sort of thing. So it's like, do I want to go in a place that's known, but I may not get good profit margins, or do I want to go to a lesser known thing that has better profit margins, but it still may not mean much because there's not a lot of people using the site, because they're using the more known sites. And there's just a lot of things to juggle. That's why opening a shop with prints and stuff is gonna take me a while. Oop, I didn't do a thing. I didn't connect it, and I also forgot to put that. But yeah, there's a lot to consider if you're opening a shop. And I don't mind sharing it. I don't mind sharing my information. It's like, but that's more competition. I'm like, no, it ain't. This is art. It's very subjective. Just because somebody who has a much more kawaii style than me doesn't mean that the people who buy from this very kawaii styled person means they're gonna buy from me. Wow, the person I helped out draws a lot of horror and very darkly colored prints and stuff. Yeah, definitely. People need to think things a little through. It's like, think it through. It's not the same market. Sure, it's art, but it's not the same market. Okay, now just get the tail. I'm not going too greatly over, thankfully, but tail here. Actually, I might want to keep that like that. Yeah, decisions are very hard. I've been doing a lot of research and looking at reviews, trying to... because there's gonna be cons for everything. There's always gonna be like, this is gonna be a little difficult. And I can also look at not just that. Because I may not get much from print on demand, but that's like a more consistent revenue for month by month than streaming. Because I've never personally expect for streaming to pay my bills. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get enough people to watch me do that. I mean, cool if somebody decides to prove me absolutely wrong and get a bunch of people in and I can make a living off of it. I'd be utterly dumbfounded and probably be like, this is happening, right? This is happening. And I'd probably go up to everybody I know going like, this is a legitimate thing. I'm not saying this wrong. I'm not crazy, right? Seriously, if that happened, if I somehow hit the algorithm just right and just explode in popularity suddenly, that's how I'm going to act. Whether you guys see it or not, that's how I'm going to be. I'm going to be utterly dumbfounded, and it's going to take some convincing just to be like, yes, this is actually happening. Adulting is hard, not to be confused with. It's like, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy being a little space alien. Yeah, especially, I'm like, I can do things, but it's hard to find your passions. It's hard to find a place you don't mind working at. I very much hope to hear y'all are working at a place you like to be. It may not be your favorite place, but you know, it's like, the people are fine. You don't have too many bad customers. Maybe if you know of you and they ask how your day's been doing and they actually kind of genuinely mean it to some extent. Like if you're in a hard spot, they would like be like, oh dear. They're like, you look tired today. Something bad happened. You're like, yeah. Family shenanigans. And then they're just like, oh, that sucks. I hope it works out. You know, that kind of people. You don't get into details, but you'll say, like, in generally what it is. You know, that's kind of nice. When you get to be familiar enough with a person, you're just sort of like, yeah, it's a bad day. Family's being weird again. Oh, I didn't do the inside bits. Okay, well. Okay, that's fine. I did that other bit. It's fine. Fine either way. It works out either way. Thankfully, it's a little bit flexible, but tisk, pun a bit intended, because that's one of the joint flexible parts. Yeah. I guess that's what's kind of good about small towns. Thinking on it is that like people can know you. It's one benefit about living outside of a city, is that if you're having trouble, people in small towns are more likely to have the culture of helping others. Because there's not a lot of people, so you can offer help more freely, because then it won't be like you're snubbing other people. And you know, you have time to... There's more chances, not time, but more chances to get to know a person better, because you know, you're not seeing like 100 people in a day. You're seeing maybe a handful of people in a day, much less, or thousands and thousands. If you think about how many people you just see past the street, at the cashier, and all that, you see a lot of people in a day. I don't know if a lot of people think about just how many people they encounter in a day, especially in cities and stuff, but it's quite a bit. And I bet if you sit down and thought about it, like, yeah, I see that cashier then, because I get the coffee in the morning, and then there's always like maybe 4 other people there at that time, and then you start doing things like that, you may realize it's just like, wow, dang, I really do pass by a lot of people. I may not talk to them because don't get a chance. Well, you know, you get a chance to, but it just, the situation doesn't arise, that kind of thing. I don't know if I'm explaining this well enough, but yeah. If you're a small town and you're seeing a lot of the same people, and it's not so busy, friends. You get a chance to maybe have some small talk. You get to know, it's like, you're not friends, but you're like acquaintances. Like, yeah, you're neighbors. It's one benefit of a small town. Or a detriment, because if you're not very social, if people try to talk to you, yeah, that might not be a good thing. The in-person, and I forgot how to say it. My brain's just not working. The impersonal... Can't think of the word I'm trying to say well enough because I'm tired. But anyway, it's just... impersonal. It's very impersonal. There we go. I finally said it. Jeez, wow, brain. Are you okay? Are you okay, self? Alrighty, everything's rigged again. I'm going to save it before I jinx this thing again and do something dumb again and have to fix it. But there we go. There we go. Yatta! We got all the mesh done, and I had to go over by quite a bit. Oh no. Alright, let me switch to this. I need to move my chat box out of the way. It's in my face. Okay, now I can go here. Move this down a bit. Volume down for the music. Okay, I said something at the beginning of the stream, and I said I would repeat it again, but I don't remember. Again, memory failing. I need sustenance. I am hungry. I am tired today, and I need food to get my brain to work properly. I'm getting food after the stream, don't you worry, but, okay. Right, I'll put up the historically inspired dress desserts afterward. Tomorrow, I think I'll be working on doing the model, like I usually do, to be honest. The model for a male character. It's Count of Shadows, so you'll see him in the thumbnail when I put that up in a moment. If you're watching this live. If you're watching this as a VOD, then no, it'll probably be put up a while ago. Or however long ago. Oh, right. That's right. Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. I mentioned that a little earlier, but I'll mention it here at the end. I will be playing that off screen, but I'll try to save. If I feel like bigger moments or like cutscene worthy moments kind of things are happening, I will try to save to, you know, not go near them or not do whatever it is the game wants me to do and save it for streaming, but I will probably have moments that you may or may not want my reaction from, but it may not end up on stream because I played it off stream, because I don't think I want to limit myself given the type of game. It's not like a story-based game, like maybe like a Tales of game, but you know, it's open world. I'll be able to play and run around, get probably materials and stuff, but anyway. There. Okay, I think I said everything. I think I remembered everything I wanted to say. If I didn't, please just check the beginning of the video again. It's going to be a VOD in a moment. Gomennasai if I forgot to say something again. My brain is not happy with me right now. It's like, you need to eat, woman. I'm like, I will! But for now, it is the end of the stream. Tomorrow will be more drawing and stuff. And Thursday and Friday of this will be more Breath of the Wild. So give the video a like if you like the video. I do appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you may consider subscribing if you haven't been watching my videos. And for now, I will have to bid you all adieu. Farewell, fond farewells. For it is the end, and I hope you all do well in whatever endeavors you wish to do. Because for now, it is bye-bye!